welcome to another happy hour hang. It is an extremely rainy day here in Los Angeles. I don't know if where you are the weather is absolutely insane, but it has been monsooning outside like consistently all day. It is absolutely insane. I have not seen the weather like this in for freaking ever. Shout out to all the celebrities who went to the Grammys last night in this rain because I think I would have struggled. Oh, actually, I know I would have struggled. I think people were worried about the weather, the traffic. It still happened. It still was honestly, in comparison to other Grammys, I feel like it was one of the more interesting that I've seen as of late. You guys know 9 times out of 10 these days, I feel like award shows aren't the most fun to watch, but I did feel like at least this Grammys was interesting. It was good. You guys, we're going to do a full Grammys breakdown on this happy hour hang. And lucky for us, there was so much Taylor Swift tea that happened last night that I've been dying to get here and talk to you guys about it. So we're going to be breaking down everything in regards to Taylor. We're going to talk about the new album, this allegation that the title is shading Joe Alwyn. Obviously also going to give you a little Tavis update as well. Travis Kelce was obviously not at the Grammys, but very good reason as to why he wasn't there. This is one of the biggest weeks of his career, just like Taylor Swift had a record-breaking moment in her career last night. We're also going to talk about King Charles. We're going to talk about Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears. And then, like I said, we're going to do a full Grammys breakdown talking about Killer Mike, Nicki Minaj. We're going to be talking about Jay-Z, Miley, Cyrus, Taylor, and of course, you guys know I always try to make sure you have a little sprinkling of Selena Gomez tea. So I'm also going to have some Selena tea towards the end. One of her besties, Nicola Peltz, is spilling the tea about Benny Blanco. And honestly, you guys, I kind of feel like after what Nicola said, I really feel like Selena and Benny might be endgame. And I know it feels early and I know that sounds crazy, but you guys know that the Beckhams are some of Selena's very best friends. And to hear how they're speaking about Benny tells me that we better get used to having him around for quite a while. So I cannot wait to get into that tea with you guys as well. Let's see what's going on in the chat. Marie said, any Justin Bieber news? So Justin Bieber did do a surprise performance over the weekend. He performed ahead of the NHL had like a big thing this weekend. See, I'm not a full sports girlies yet, but hockey had a really big, I think they call it like the Pro Bowl or something like that. I'm saying it wrong and someone's going to drag me. But Justin Bieber did do a surprise performance this past weekend. It was the first time he had been on stage in years. It was a really big deal. There are rumors that Justin is going to be popping up at the Super Bowl with Usher. This has been going on for a little bit now. I don't know. I feel like I could see him popping up at the Super Bowl halftime show with Usher. I think that would be huge. We haven't seen him perform on a big stage. The Pro Bowl. Thank you, Jessica. The NHL Pro Bowl. See, I was right. I know my sports. I do think it's possible he could pop up at the Super Bowl halftime show. I think it would be a really big moment for Justin Bieber. It would be a huge comeback for him because, again, he hasn't really performed in a long time, hasn't been releasing new music. Justice said, yawn if he does. I don't know. I could definitely see it happening, and I think it will be interesting to have Justin Bieber possibly Scooter Braun, and Taylor Swift all in the same place at the same time for the first time since really all of the Scooter Braun drama went down with the Masters. Like, that in and of itself is going to be crazy. And yes, I know the Las Vegas stadium is huge. There's a chance that they would all never even see each other. But you know, if Justin Bieber pops up on that stage, the cameras are going to pan to Taylor Swift so quickly, or we're going to see clips of it on social media because people are going to want to see her react to seeing Justin on stage. So it'll be very, very interesting to see. Laura said, finally, first time live. I've been wanting this for so long. Hi, Madison. Hi, Laura. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you made it to a live. Also, shout out to all of our after watchers. Without y'all, we could not keep these happy hour hangs going. So I always want to make sure I shout out the after watchers and say hello. We love you. But if you are able to make it live, it is so much freaking fun. So Laura, I'm so happy you were finally able to make it to your first live. Let's see. Jelena said, there's a rumor that Bieber is dropping an album on his 30th birthday. Honestly, I feel like that would be a good move. I was reminded of an article not too long ago. Remember when all the stuff was going around with him and Scooter Braun no longer repping Justin Bieber? There was a report that came out, I believe it was People Magazine, about how Justin Bieber has been in the studio. He's been working on things, but Scooter Braun was not involved with any of the new music that Justin Bieber was working on. So it is possible he could surprise us all with an album on his 30th birthday, but I do feel like the element of a surprise album was kind of ripped away from him because Taylor Swift just did that last night. So I don't know. I also know Beliebers, y'all are loyal, y'all are still strong. Y'all have not had music in a long time, so maybe it would really make a big splash. But I just feel like, even though I think it would be great for the Bieber fans, I feel like a surprise album from Justin, I don't know, maybe it would hit big still. But sometimes I feel like if you're really not coming with something that packs a punch, and his last two albums haven't really packed that punch for me personally, I don't know how excited people are going to be over a surprise album. But would you guys be down for a surprise Justin Bieber album? Let me know. The Lion Cubs. Hey, Madison, I'm glad I'm live with you today, watching from the UK. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. Thank you for watching from the UK. Jessica also watches from the UK, so I am thankful. And also, you guys are just making me want to take another trip to London. I've only been there one time in my life, and now I want to go back and also explore other parts of the UK. I want to go to Cotswolds and Surrey. As you can tell, love the holiday. So now you're just inspiring me that I need to make sure that happens. Also, shout out to Miss Mika. Hello, Miss Mika. I see you in the chat. I'm so happy you're here. I'm so happy you're tuned in today. Let's see, Jessica said Taylor outweighs Justin. Sorry, Beliebers, I'm dying. Cass said I'd rather just listen to his old stuff. I mean, you know, I kind of feel like that too. Like, his old stuff for me hits so much better than his newer stuff. And you guys know I say that all the time. And I agree, Marie. If it's a sorry type of song, I'm here for it. Marie literally took the thought right out of my head. If it's going to give me sorry, Justin Bieber can drop a surprise album all day, every day. Because put however you feel about that man to the side, that was a good era. That was a good time in music for him. And if he gives us that on his 30th birthday, I will be listening. If it is not that, and it is Changes 2.0, probably won't be listening. You know what I mean? Probably won't be a thing for me again. Shout out to Autumn. Hey, Madison, I'm really happy for Miley and her first Grammy win. She was more than deserving of it. Autumn, I could not agree more. I also need to know Miley Cyrus's exercise plan because her arms were goals. They were so toned. She looked so strong. She looked happy. We're going to talk about Miley a little bit more later on when we get into our Grammys recap because you know what is so crazy, you guys, and this is just actually kind of popping into my head now that I'm thinking of all of the things we're going to talk about with the Grammys. It's insane to me how when women go up, female artists or women in general, they have a big moment on stage, they somehow are always met with criticism for some reason. Taylor was met for criticism when she went up for Album of the Year. Miley was met with criticism for someone she left out in one of her speeches. We're going to get into that later. And it's just like, can we ever let these women just go up on stage, thank who they want to thank, be how they want to be, and let them live? Like, do we always have to critique how they go up to accept a life-changing award, a goal in their life? It's crazy to me. It's crazy to me how people are always upset about something. Sacred Space said, is Justin looking off to you guys? Did you see him performing? He's giving The Shining. Is it just me? No, it's not just you, Sacred Space. People have been talking about his appearance for a while now. I also think it's being fueled by the fact that Dumois recently said, you know, she had inside sources saying that Justin is struggling right now. So it's not just you. I think a lot of people are noticing that something may or may not be off with him, for sure. No, Jocelyn said celebrities are picked apart, especially women. Absolutely, absolutely. Christina said Taylor dancing to Miley when she was performing was everything. You know what, Christina? I totally 1000% agree with you. And also I want to say, Taylor was up and dancing to literally every single person who performed. And once again, I say, you can sit there and tell me you hate her music. I will respectfully disagree and say you don't have good taste. But you can tell me all day that you do not like her music, but do not sit there and try to tell me you think she's a bad person. Because that I will have to fight you on, because she was the one supporting every single artist on stage, even Olivia Rodrigo, who people think that they have beef and they have this like, thank you, Justice and I are right here. Justice and I have Lobes linked today. She was literally supporting everyone. So it's just insane to me. Jessica, we're going to get into the Celine Dion situation 1000%. Don't you worry. Shabria said, sadly, no, because even regular women face this. Unfortunately, we can never do anything without judgment and scrutiny. Shabria, T. Dom said, imagine Taylor and Travis dancing at an award show together, maybe VMAs. I do think the VMAs would be more their vibe, for sure. It's a little more casual, a little more fun. I would live for that, obviously. I would absolutely live for that. And just think of the power couple moment we're about to experience, you guys. Taylor just broke Grammy's history, which we're going to get into. Travis is getting ready to go into yet another Super Bowl where he will win, because we're calling it now. If you're a 49ers fan, we all have to rep our faves. But you guys know that I obviously will be repping the Kansas City Chiefs. And we're actually going to be in Kansas City for the Super Bowl. This is the first year in forever that we're going to be in Kansas City for the Super Bowl, because we're going back this weekend. We have the celebration of life. So we're going to be home with everyone while watching the Super Bowl, which I can't lie. Even though we're not going back for something that was supposed to be fun, you know, we're not going back for anything that we wanted to go back for necessarily, but I am happy that it's bringing us the opportunity to be together with our family and friends and watch the Super Bowl together. So that is going to be fun. We always have to look at the, the light at the end of the tunnel, so to speak. And also I am leaving super early tomorrow, and ask me how much I've packed, you guys. Not one little thing of clothing, not one piece of clothing, which I really have to do after this live, because we leave at like 6 a.m., something crazy. But this rain has been throwing me off, so you know what? It's fine. I see a lot of you rooting for the Chiefs. I'm living for it. Cousin made it in the chat. Cousin wasn't sure if she was going to make it to the live today, guys. She was texting me, talking about how she had to run an errand after work. So Cousin, I'm happy you made it. And I'm loving seeing all of the red and yellow in the chat. Also, hello, Tamara. Tamara said, hey, Madison, I don't want to see Justin on stage for the Super Bowl. I know, Tamara, but we might have to prepare. I just want us all to be emotionally, physically, mentally prepared. We might see Justin Bieber pop up from the bottom. So you never know. You never freaking know. Okay, you guys. So just real quick reminder, during this happy hour hang, we're going to talk about King Charles, Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears. Then we're going to do a full recap of the Grammys, talking Nicki, talking Miley, talking Jay-Z, talking Taylor. And then I will wrap up this little happy hour hang with a little extra Selena tea for you guys, because I know y'all love a little added Selena tea. I also stand Diana. Diana said, I'm not into football, but I want the Chiefs to win. And Diana, that is what I like to hear. Even if you don't like football, you don't care about sports, can I just ask that you give the Chiefs all of your positive vibes and good juju, because we need it. We need it, we need it, we need it. The 49ers are coming back with a vengeance because we beat them in the Super Bowl back in 2020. So they're going to be playing to win. Obviously, so will we. But if you are not loyal to a team, I will kindly ask that you give the Chiefs your vote. You know what I mean? Hello, we already have Taylor Swift on our side. What else do we need to convince you? Right? Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and kick off this happy hour hang. We're going to talk about King Charles to start things off, because some huge news out of Buckingham Palace today. So Buckingham Palace released a press release and revealed that King Charles has been diagnosed with prostate cancer. This was discovered when he underwent surgery for an enlarged prostate, something that happened just a few weeks ago. If you remember, it was actually announced that King Charles would be undergoing surgery and Kate Middleton that same week. And it was a lot of vagueness surrounding their surgeries. But now we know King Charles is going in for an enlarged prostate, and while they were doing this surgery, they found out that he does in fact have prostate cancer. He will begin treatment immediately. He will not be doing any public appearances for the time being, but he'll keep up with his private duties, doing paperwork, things of that nature. According to TMZ, Prince Harry and Prince William are both aware of the king's diagnosis, and William has reportedly been in consistent communication with his dad. Meanwhile, a source confirmed to Us Weekly that Prince Harry is planning on flying back to the UK to visit his father and be by his side during this time. Now, remember, you guys, we have been hearing grumblings as of late, I would say the past about 3 months, that Prince Harry has been toying with the idea of returning as a working member of the royal family. We've been hearing this for a little bit. He's been thinking about it. I want to ask you guys, do you think King Charles's recent condition, do you think it will make Harry want to return to being a working member of the royal family even more? Like, he sees his dad is sick, he sees his dad needs the assistance. Do you think he's going to want to step up and return to his role? Let me know your thoughts. I personally kind of think it will. I feel like Prince Harry is going to look at this as a sign that he needs to step up. He needs to return. Jody said yes, he will step up. Tabitha said he might. Allison said no. I know that they were horrible to him, according to Harry. You know, I know he felt extremely, extremely disrespected and hung out to dry. He felt like his wife was disrespected and hung out to dry. And I know that that is really hard to come back from. But I think that this will make Harry reconsider, at the very least, reconsider coming back. I just feel like he's that kind of guy. He's that kind of man that's going to see his father is down and he's going to feel like he needs to step up. I don't know. That's just my prediction, I guess, so to speak. Adrian said, I don't like Charles, but this is sad. Adrian, I feel the same way. You guys know I have never shied away from the fact that I do not love King Charles because of things he did to Diana. However, I would never wish this on anyone. Papa Hill had prostate cancer. It was absolutely horrible. Thankfully, he is okay. Thankfully, he is okay. But it is truthfully something you would never, ever, ever wish on anyone. So we got to put our feelings aside. Obviously, this is real life. This is, you know, bigger things happening than just some pettiness with King Charles. And I don't like Camilla either, Tabitha. You guys know, ever since the tampon gate, I will never look at that woman the same, or King Charles. But again, this is more serious, and we are wishing him all of the healing vibes, obviously. I also want to shout out, I saw Cousin said Meyer is watching. Dr. Meyer, he used to work with Papa Hill. He's one of my faves. He used to also work with me too whenever I worked in my parents' office. So shout out to Dr. Meyer. Claudia said it's called karma. Giggling. Amy said, I do not like King Charles. However, cancer is a nasty beast no one deserves. I completely agree. I really wish him well. You know, also, taking all of our personal feelings aside, he has been waiting for the crown for his entire life, right? And he finally is accomplishing that goal. He's finally living the crown. He's finally at that peak. And to have something like this happen, I think has to be devastating. And again, it tells me that it is serious enough if everyone's flying in. And after having gone through something like this personally, I would never wish that on anyone. So again, we are wishing King Charles nothing but the best. Nothing but the best, because again, that is just absolutely horrible. He's still a father. He's still a grandfather. He's a husband. He's a king. We want him healthy. We need him healthy. Okay, you guys, let's go ahead and move on and talk about Justin Timberlake. Someone who I'm also a little salty towards, obviously. Yes, thank you guys for offering him prayers. Abso-freaking-lutely. This is why we love everyone here in the House of Hill, because we know how to separate when it's time to be petty and fun and when it's time to be real and offer someone our condolences. And this is why I love y'all. Justin Timberlake, though, At the end of last week, if you guys saw, I posted a YouTube short, a mini pop-off, about the fact that Britney Spears took her apology towards Justin Timberlake away after he shaded her on stage. Hi, Danny. Danny said, OMG, I finally caught you live. Love you, Madison. I love you, Danny. I'm so happy you finally made it live. Thank you for watching. So she took back the apology whenever she saw the video of him on stage being like, I'm going to apologize to absolutely effing nobody. Cringe. And according to a source who spoke to Page Six, you guys, Justin Timberlake is, quote, seething over the fact that the Britney drama is not over. This insider went on to say, quote, Justin had hoped the backlash from Britney's memoir would have blown over by now so that he could focus on his new album, which he's very excited about, but every day is something new. You know what I think is so funny? How are you seething when you're the one who recreated the drama? Britney posted on there. Britney posted saying, oh my gosh, look at Justin Timberlake and Jimmy Fallon. They always make me giggle. Go listen to his new song. I love it. And then you have the audacity to get up on stage and say you apologize to absolutely effing nobody. So then obviously Britney's going to come and get you together publicly on Instagram. And now you don't get to go and say, oh my gosh, I can't believe this drama's not ending. I'm so upset. I'm so over it. We were over it too, but you restarted it. And now you have to live with it. You made your bed, now you have to lie in it. I am just so over it. I just cannot. I saw someone, Adrian said Justin Timber trash, and that made me giggle. Tabitha said Timber flake. And like, I just, you guys know, I get irritated when people bounce back and forth from being petty. If you're going to be petty, do it with your whole chest. Be that way 1,000% of the time, 24/7, 365. Or don't. But you don't get to bounce back and forth, and whenever the public opinion doesn't sway in your favor, you step back and say, oh, wow, oh, what was me? You don't get to do that. He also recently shared a video of himself singing his new single, Selfish, a cappella, with his raspy voice, because he said he caught the flu during his press tour, which obviously that really sucks for Justin Timberlake, but I'm just saying, don't come for people and then act like you did nothing wrong and get upset when people are talking about it. You know what I mean? It's just so freaking annoying. I cannot stand it. Betty said, why was she so dumb to apologize to him and praise the song? Honestly, Betty, I feel like Britney apologized because she was trying to be the bigger person. I feel like Britney was like, you know what? I shared my story in the memoir. I got out all the tea I needed to get out. I put my story out there. Let's go ahead and move on. I feel like she was trying to be the bigger person in that situation, and then Justin Timberlake came and decided to be immature, wishy-washy, all the words you guys are using. And that is why then she had to go ahead and get him together. So I think he really screwed up. He should have just left it. He honestly should have commented on Britney's original Instagram post being like, thanks, Brit. So glad we can move on from this. Thanks for the love. Thanks for the support, period. And he should have never, ever, ever mentioned a damn thing about Britney Spears out of his mouth again. But unfortunately, he couldn't do that, which I also think it looked bad on him as well. In addition to the Britney Spears aspect of it all, I also don't want to forget about the Janet Jackson of it all as well. If you guys remember Nipplegate, Janet Jackson, Justin Timberlake at the Super Bowl, he claimed it was a wardrobe malfunction. There's been talk of, you know, was it on purpose? Was it an accident? Either way, when all of that happened, Justin Timberlake let Janet Jackson take the fall for a lot of the commentary, and he never apologized to her. Yes, Dave. And people have looked upon him negatively for that, for not standing with her and saying, hey, it was an accident. It was something we both went through. Why is she getting all of the hate? I should take some of the blame too. He never took any responsibility or accountability for what happened at the Super Bowl. And if you guys can remember, that was actually 20 years ago to the Sunday. It happened at the Super Bowl 20 years ago, and we're coming back on that 20th anniversary. And so I think people are also remembering that. And so his little cockiness on stage is just not being well received in the slightest. And I'm one of those people who it also is not being well received. You know what I mean? Because I see it, I'm just like, ick again. Oh, when I saw that clip, you guys, of him on stage being like, I apologize to absolutely effing nobody, I was like, you really thought you were doing something. You really thought you were being funny. And it wasn't. It wasn't funny. It just, Yeah, I literally couldn't. I could not. Jessica said, poor Janet, she should come back with an epic album and we all support her instead of JT. Now, you know what would be really iconic of Usher? If Usher brought Janet back. Now that would be a moment. Bring back Janet, dare I say over Justin Bieber. I know the Believers want Justin to come on stage, but I feel like it would be a bigger moment and a bigger stance if Usher brought back Janet Jackson. Because it would be like, yeah, remember the blacklisting? Remember everyone saying that she would never come back to another Super Bowl? Here's the middle finger. We've all moved on. And she's going to slay the stage. That, I think, would be iconic. That would be a move. Jamie said, I want Alicia Keys. I've seen Alicia Keys in concert, and she is incredible. Her voice is incredible. She's amazing. I would also love that, but I don't know if she will. But that would be really amazing. Justin said, anyone remember years ago Justin shading Britney for having a Vegas residency as if he's too good for it? Jocelyn, I don't remember that, but I believe you. And you know, if somebody offered JT a Vegas residency at this point, he would literally be salivating at the mouth. He would already be in Vegas before he even signed the paperwork. So I think that is freaking hilarious. And at this point, I don't even know if people would pay for a solo Justin residency. I feel like it would have to be an NSYNC residency to actually sell tickets. That's no shade. That's just being realistic. You know what I mean? Lily said, OMG, that would be crazy. Janet deserves a redo and a better performance. Exactly. Jelena said, Usher can bring so many people to the stage. They can all shine. Completely agree. Usher is somebody who is just such a performer in all aspects, right? He has the voice. He has the music. He has the moves. Like, Usher is just an all-around performer, and I just am so excited for the halftime show. Plus, you guys know, I always say 2000s hip-hop was my favorite genre of music, so I already know this halftime show is going to be my favorite. I always say Yeah by Usher will be the first song played at my wedding reception because I want people to know the vibes right away. I feel like right after, you know, the dances, the toasts, you hear Peace Up, 8-Town Down, you know what kind of party you're getting into. So I've always said my first song at my wedding reception will be Yeah by Usher. Just so everybody knows. I love that man. I cannot wait. It's going to be iconic. But let's go ahead and move on and talk about Britney Spears a little bit. Or I guess we're staying on the same topic, but we're going to talk a little bit about Britney and her divorce from Sam Asghari. So TMZ is reporting that Britney and her divorce from Sam Asghari is looking like it might finally be finalized soon. According to a report from TMZ, Sam's legal team recently turned over all of his financials, which is typically a sign that a divorce is on the brink of being finalized. Now, reminder, Sam Asghari and Britney Spears do have a prenup, and it allegedly was a very strong prenup, which is why people are a little perplexed why their divorce has dragged on this long. It should have been really an open shut situation. But if you remember, right when the divorce was filed, Sam Asghari was out here threatening to reveal things if he didn't get a certain amount of money, yada, yada, yada. But it sounds like they at least are about to be finalizing their divorce, which I feel like Britney needs to be completely done with that man, cut all the ties so that way she can really move on and heal and do what she needs to do. Betty said, I saw Usher in a plane in Atlanta in the year 2000 and he was sitting in first class. As I was boarding, I walked by him and said, hey, Usher, and he was so shy and humble and he said hi back to me. Betty, I love hearing that. I love hearing that. You guys have all heard my Usher story too. I saw him, my whole family and I saw him years ago in the Louis Vuitton store in Las Vegas. And it's still one of the coolest moments of my life. Like Mama Hill looking at a purse right next to freaking Usher. And then when all of a sudden we looked outside of the store and all of these people were charging the store and they like whisked him away into this back room. And it was the craziest thing, but he was so sweet. He was so kind to the staff. Like he was so low key. It was everybody else who wasn't being low key. And so absolutely always here for an Usher story. So thank you for sharing that. Miley said, Sam really broke her heart. I thought he was down for her jerk face. Miley, I did too, but Sam Asghari, if you guys remember, kind of towards the end, I was like, he's giving me sketch. Remember, he was talking to the press a lot, and even before her conservatorship was removed, he was chirping to the press. I didn't love that. He was just starting to kind of give me the vibes that I was like, ooh, do we fully trust this man? So, well, I did have high hopes for him, and I really thought Brittany had finally found someone who she could trust. I agree, Justice. He's only down for himself, and I feel like this is really what's best. And hopefully now she can move on. I saw someone said, can Brittany focus on Brittany now? Honestly, Amy, that's what I hope she does. I feel like she needs to just learn to be by herself, make herself happy, and then maybe consider dating somebody else. But I think she just needs to hang out and re-get to know Brittany outside of a conservatorship. She's not been single since the conservatorship was lifted. That's crazy to think about. Jody said there was that weird restaurant incident as well with Brittany and Sam. Exactly. Remember when she was seen actually not too far from Mama and Papa Hill's house at a restaurant, and people were saying she was acting erratic, and he left her there, and then he the next day was talking to the press being like, oh, I was just going to get the car. Weird. Sketch, sketch, sketch. Not about it. Didn't love it. But let's go ahead, you guys, and move on and get into this Grammys tea, because there is a lot that we need to discuss. Also, we have over 200 people already here. 222, you guys. Everyone make a wish. And also, if you have not given this video a thumbs up yet, please go ahead and do so. It helps me more than you guys know, because YouTube notifications are unfortunately a little unreliable. By giving this video a thumbs up, it lets YouTube know that people are watching this, people are engaging, and hopefully it will help push out some of those notifications. You guys know always the best way to make sure you make it to the live on time is to just set an alarm, set a little reminder, and if there was anything I could do about the YouTube notifications, I definitely would. What topics have been discussed so far? We have talked about King Charles, we've talked about Justin Timberlake, Britney Spears, and now we're getting into all of that Grammys tea. Kim, thank you so much, Kim. I really appreciate it, Kim. You're the freaking best. Not me, you. So thank you so much. I really, really appreciate you. We are getting into this Grammys news. First, you guys, I want to talk about Killer Mike. He's a rapper. This was insane. So Killer Mike actually won 3 Grammys ahead of the show. So if you guys don't know this, they normally give away Grammy Awards before, they give away a good chunk before the televised show even starts, because they only have time to show so many awards during the televised portion. So rapper Killer Mike actually already won 3 Grammys. It was going to be a good night. And then he was arrested shortly before the broadcast started. Yes, he's already been released. There were very little to no details when the arrest was initially happening. The videos were all over social media, but nobody knew why he was getting arrested. Everyone was very confused. According to TMZ, Killer Mike was apparently booked for misdemeanor battery after he allegedly knocked over a security guard at the venue, but he was quickly released on his own recognizance. It felt very much like a situation that shouldn't have happened. Cass, he's a rapper. He's did phenomenal at the Grammys. He won 3 Grammys. It felt like a situation that shouldn't have escalated in that way, but it did. Thankfully, it's been resolved. He's been released. And also in other positive news for Killer Mike, I just wanted to mention this because I think it's crazy. His 21-year-old son apparently will be getting a long-awaited kidney transplant today. TMZ were the ones to break this news. His son has been on the list for 3 years. He's in the music industry like his dad, and this is great news. In a previous interview, Killer Mike said that he felt like his son missed out on being a normal teenager because of his kidney disease. So this is a good day. You know what? I just felt like sharing some positive news in regards to Killer Mike, because I feel like everything in regards to him in the headlines was about this weird arrest that happened at the Grammys. And I feel like that is overshadowing a lot of the positivity that happened for him. He won 3 Grammys. His son is finally getting a long-awaited kidney transplant after being on the list for 3 years. So I just wanted to shout him out and, you know, definitely also discuss that too, because I feel like the videos of him being arrested were literally everywhere. So very happy that his son is getting his kidney transplant. That's amazing. Also, Caroline, I don't know what's going on with you, but I see everyone saying hello to you and showing you love. So I'm so happy that you're here. I'm so happy that you're watching. I'm so happy that you made it. I want to shout out Aya, talking about Wish. After 5 years, I finally got my first job after I graduated from uni. I remember at the end of 2023, you said 2024 is going to be the year of House of Hill. I think you are manifesting this. Yes, girl. Are you kidding me? I told you guys, 2024 is the year for the House of Hill. We've been saying that since what? October last year? And you have your dream job, your first job out of school. That is freaking amazing. I'm so pumped for you. Congratulations. Sending you all the good vibes. There is nothing more gratifying than your first job out of school. You're like, hell yeah. That's why I went to school. Get it, girl. That is freaking incredible. Okay, we're going to move on and talk about Nicki Minaj, because there was a little bit of Nicki Minaj Grammys drama as well that also kind of involves Killer Mike. So Nicki Minaj and Ice Spice, you guys, were mistakenly announced as the winners for Best Rap Song for their Barbie World collab. Again, these were announced pre-televised show, the pre-televised show. The official Recording Academy Twitter account tweeted them as the winners. It was a whole thing. And then it was later corrected to Killer Mike winning the Grammy for his song Scientists and Engineers. Many Nicki Minaj fans felt like this was done on purpose because Nicki has long-standing drama with the Grammys. What do you guys think? Do you think the official Grammys Twitter account tweeted that Nicki Minaj won a Grammy when in actuality she didn't on purpose to hurt her? Or do you think it was a simple mistake and some social media intern is paying for that mistake today? Nessa said, yeah, they were trolling. You know, it's so hard, but I also just think it was a little too coincidental that it happened to Nicki Minaj. You know what I mean? She has been so vocal about having issues with the Grammys and having to stand against the Grammys, and it was just too coincidental for me that it happened to Nicki Minaj. I thought that was a little too coincidental for me. Sacred Space said, I was wondering if this was wrong on purpose. Jocelyn said, I don't know why it happened, but it was funny. Marie said, I think the intern messed up on purpose. So you're saying a little bit of both. I think there was an intern who was petty, who did this on purpose. Epic Turtle said they sent a message with that one. Song of the Fear said, this reminds me of that pageant when they gave the crown to the wrong girl. Oh my gosh, do you remember that? That was so bad, Steve Harvey. Adrian said, strategically done. I kind of am with you guys. It just felt a little too pointed to happen to Nicki Minaj. I do feel bad that Ice Spice kind of got drug into that. You know what I mean? She was also nominated for another award last night as well. So it's kind of unfortunate that she was part of that little drama, but definitely suspicious that the Grammys did that to Nicki Minaj. We're keeping one eye on that as well. Which brings me to my next major big Grammys moment, Jay-Z. So Jay-Z, you guys, threw a little shade the Grammys way last night when he went on stage to accept Dr. Dre's Global Impact Award. He took the stage with Blue Ivy. Beyoncé was in the audience. She looked absolutely fabulous. And Jay-Z said when he got on stage that when he's nervous, he tends to tell the truth. And he did not hold back. He was very open about his issues with the Grammys, including the fact that his wife Beyoncé has won the most Grammys in history, but she's never won the coveted Album of the Year award. Now, we know Taylor Swift obviously went on to win Album of the Year for Midnights. Many people have compared Beyoncé and Taylor this whole past year because they had two of the biggest tours of all time. So his comment definitely felt like the timing was a little insane considering Taylor ended up winning. At first, I was kind of like, ooh, I agree with what he's saying. I agree that the Grammys don't equate success like they used to. We've talked about this a ton. It's very political. in the sense of, you know, if you're following the Academy's rules, you're going to get the awards, like every award show, right? But the fact that he did make that comment and then Taylor went on to win, I was kind of like, interesting. I don't think, at least I would hope he didn't mean anything to like, I would hope he didn't mean to kind of diminish Taylor's accomplishment by saying that about Beyonce. I would hope not. But part of me thought that initially. But then I saw an interview with Beyonce's dad that he did with TMZ. And he said it's actually not entirely the Grammys' fault as to why Beyonce has never won Album of the Year. He said partially her record label needs to take a little bit of the blame, because how it works is, you know, obviously labels are the ones who put up artists for certain categories. And when it comes to Album of the Year, if a record label has more than one artist in the category, typically they will throw their support behind one artist to really push them to win. So the 2 times that Beyonce was nominated for Album of the Year, once was also against Adele. Her and Adele are on the same record label. The label threw their support behind Adele that year. Adele ended up beating her. The second time she was up for it, she was also against Harry Styles. The label threw their support, you know, with Harry Styles. He ended up winning. So systematically, it is unfair that Beyonce has never won Album of the Year. Jay-Z is right. He also was on point with a lot of the criticisms that he was saying. But it's more than just a Grammy issue, at least when it comes to Album of the Year. And I found that to be very interesting. I see you guys talking about Beyonce's reaction. I feel like, honestly, you know, Beyonce was probably like, my man should be defending me. She didn't win for Lemonade, which was an album all about how Jay-Z was not there for Beyonce. So I feel like at the very least, when he gets a moment to go on stage at the Grammys, he should back her. He should defend her. He should make a comment about her. That's just how I feel anyway. Just saying. Justice said, I won't lie. I do think Ocean Boulevard is one of the best projects of the decade so far. We're not, it's no shade either way. We're just bringing up this conversation because obviously a ton of people are talking about it. Dave said a Tay and Bay collab manifestation. That would be incredible. If Taylor Swift and Beyonce did something together, I think that would be so amazing. It would also speak volumes because people love to compare them to one another. Even though they are in their own lane, they are in their own arenas, and they're both incredibly powerful women. I feel like they try to make that stance clear that they are not in competition, that they are supportive of one another by showing up to their prospective premieres. But even still, I feel like last night, because of Jay-Z's comment, it was still, the comparison was happening. You know what I mean? Which is unfortunate. Jelena said, I love Beyonce. I think she's a legend, whether she has a Grammy in a specific category or not. And I agree with you. I mean, as Jocelyn just said, she has 32 Grammys. Where do you even put 32 Grammys? Obviously, Beyonce and Jay-Z have the house that they can put 32 Grammys up in. But Beyonce is iconic. She doesn't need an Album of the Year Grammy to prove that she's iconic. It's kind of the same thing with Margot Robbie talking about, you know, how she was snubbed for an Oscar. When they set out to make Barbie, they set out to make an impact on culture, and that was achieved. And I feel like that's what Beyonce does with every new project. Beyonce sets out to impact culture, to make waves, to make a statement, regardless of if she gets a Grammy or not. And she always delivers. She always accomplishes that. Beyonce has never released a project where people are like, I could take it or leave it. No. Beyonce releases something, everyone's listening, everyone's streaming, everyone's tuned in, everyone's engaged. So, you know, she is impeccable and incredible with or without that Album of the Year Grammy. But I also understand Jay-Z wanting to point it out to be like, kind of crazy she's won 32 and never won the big one. I get it. He's defending his woman, as he should. He should be defending his wife. I saw some of you say that Blue Ivy looked a little bit uncomfortable. Also, you guys, she's a kid. Like, she's a teenager. That's a crazy situation. Imagine being 15 years old on stage with all of these A-list celebrities staring at you and your dad spilling some major tea about the award show that you're literally at. You know, what would your face look like on stage? Mine would have looked the exact same. So I never, ever, ever judge Blue Ivy. I always am just like, you know what? 12. You're doing whatever you need to do. You are doing whatever Blue Ivy needs to do. That's what she's doing. She's 11. Why did I say she was 15? 11. Either way, even more of a reasoning. Even more of a reason. She is a kid. She's a child. That's my point. Imagine how you would react if you were a child in that scenario. You would probably look like a little bit of a deer in the headlights too. You know what I mean? Okay, let's move on and talk about Miss Miley Cyrus, because Miley Cyrus had a huge night. She won her first Grammy Awards ever. She won 2 total. And when she went up to accept her award for Record of the Year, she left out thanking her dad, Billy Ray Cyrus. She thanked her love, her mommy, her sister, her love being Max Mirando. That's her new boyfriend. They've been together for a little bit now. Her sister Brandy was there. Her mom Tish was there. But because Miley did not mention her dad in her speech, this reignited the rumor that there is a family rift going on right now with the Cyruses. We have been hearing for a while now that Miley Cyrus is reportedly not happy with her dad because she is not supportive of him marrying his latest wife, Fire Rose, who is 27 years younger than Billy Ray Cyrus. So the fact that Miley did not thank him during her speech, everyone's like, ooh, must still be tense with Miley and Billy Ray. And again, like I said at the beginning of this, I think it's crazy that that's what people are focusing on. I personally thought the most hilarious part of that speech is when she was like, I don't think I forgot anyone, but I did forget underwear. That was funny to me. I loved that moment. I thought it was hilarious. But people, of course, are focusing on the fact that she didn't thank her dad. And you know what? If things are weird with her dad, why would she thank him during her Grammy speech, you guys? Why would she give him that time? Why would she give him that energy if they are not on the same page right now? I mean, I can't fault her. If she does not feel like he contributed to her success in any way, if she does not feel like he has supported her in this journey, why does it matter if she shouted him out or not? Like, it's so crazy to me. Superstar Bella said, Miley is killing the game right now. Liam was dead weight for her. You know, I was really sad when they initially announced their divorce. I did like them as a couple, but after seeing her without him and seeing him without her, it goes both ways. You know what I mean? She did look amazing. Like I said, I want her arm workout. I need to know what her eating plan is. She just looks happy. She looks like she has never felt better. And honestly, good for her, truthfully. Jocelyn said, Miley was so fun, and why would she thank anyone? It's her success that she worked for. And that's kind of how I feel too. Like, I understand that her dad was there for her from the beginning. Her dad was the reason that she had a foot in the door already with the music industry. I don't think that's taking anything away from Billy Ray, but I'm just saying, you know, when you're an adult, your relationship with your parents changes, and you have to have a mutual respect for one another. It's not given, it's still earned. And if Miley feels like she has not been getting that mutual respect from her dad, I don't necessarily think just because he's her dad, he deserves to be thanked at the Grammys. If things are tense between the two, it's her prerogative whether or not she wants to thank him or not. But that's just my own personal opinion on the matter. Also, you guys, Selena Gomez did go ahead and shout Miley out on her Instagram story. She did a little shout out to her performance, which was really sweet. And I thought that you guys would also enjoy that, which also, again, puts to rest all of those rumors that, like, Selena doesn't get along with any former Disney Channel girlies. She doesn't get along with Miley because Miley and Demi are really close. Well, she posted a shout out to her performance. So I think everything is fine in the world of Miley and Selena, which, moving on, we're going to go ahead and talk about Miss Taylor Swift. So if you guys are excited for some Taylor Swift tea, and then, like I said, I'll end with a little Selena Gomez tea, a little added Selena tea, if you will. Yes, Eric, I believe Selena and Demi aren't necessarily on the nicest of terms, but Miley and Selena, They're absolutely fine. Okay, let's go ahead and move on and talk about, oh my God, justice. You're right. You're right. Also, I want to shout out Jelena really quick because the whole point of this live is having a two-way conversation, and we all don't always have to agree. And I love the way Jelena is sharing her perspective. I respectfully disagree. I just feel like she wouldn't be in the position she is in without him. Might get backlash, but that's how I feel. Not gonna get backlash. That's your opinion. We all have one. You're being very respectful, and if that's how you feel, I feel like own it. You know what I mean? That's the whole point of these lives, is to have a two-way conversation. So Jelena, thank you for contributing to the conversation. But real quick about Demi singing Heart Attack at an event that was for the National Heart Association. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it's not funny, but it is a little funny. The fact that she chose to sing Heart Attack at an event that was about heart disease. Felt a little weird, felt a little off, and she stuck with it too, which is even crazier. She like doubled down that it was a good idea. And this is just why you guys know Demi's just not my fave anymore. You know what I mean? Because it's just so silly. It is so silly. When I was seeing the headlines of like Demi Lovato, it's something like Demi Lovato defends decision to sing Heart Attack at Heart Association event. It's like, what world are we living in? You know what I mean? I definitely a little dark humor. Definitely just like, oh, what the F kind of moment. It's so funny because I feel like everyone's perspective on this is different. You have to just kind of laugh through it, in my opinion. Even Papa Hill's a big music guy. Papa Hill was like, big rock and roll guy. He was like, that's kind of funny. He's like, that's kind of awesome that she did that. So I think it's all about your perspective on the situation. It is giving camp. Like, it's Demi Lovato. Lydia, I think we all giggled because it's like, did you ever expect to see a headline that's like, Demi Lovato defends decision to sing Heart Attack at Heart Association event? No. You know what I mean? Like, no, none of us thought we would be seeing that. We didn't have that on our 2024 bingo cards. It deserves a giggle. It deserves a giggle. You have to laugh. You absolutely have to laugh because if you don't, you'll cry. You know what I mean? If you don't, you'll get you'll get mad about something that doesn't even deserve your energy to be mad at. So we're just going to continue to let Demi being Demi. And that's the best I can say about it. But let's move on and talk about Taylor Swift, you guys. So Demi Lovato. So Taylor Swift, you guys, won 2 Grammys last night. One for pop vocal album, the other obviously for album of the year. When she went up to accept her Grammy for pop vocal album, it was her 13th Grammy, and that is when she dropped the bombshell that she is releasing a new album on April 19th, mind you, right before my birthday on April 24th. Happy early birthday to me. We all thought that Reputation, Taylor's version, was coming. I even posted on my Instagram story that her outfit, in my opinion, was giving me Reputation vibes. And then I had to go put on a big old red clown nose because she did not announce Reputation TV. She announced a new freaking album, something that we did not see. The joke was on us. The new album is titled The Tortured Poets Department. The album cover is very saucy, very spicy, very sassy. We're living for it. And people are thinking that the title of this album might be a tinge of shade towards her ex, Joe Alwyn. And the reason why people are thinking this is because an old Actors on Actors conversation from 2022 with Joe Alwyn and Paul Mescal is being brought back up, you guys. During this conversation, Joe and Paul revealed that they were in a Tortured Man Club group chat with them and Andrew Scott. And it's interesting as well because Taylor, during her speech, said she's been working on this album for 2 years. That conversation happened 2 years ago. This was also during a time when Paul was dating Taylor's friend Phoebe Bridgers. So it's just all very interesting that he revealed he was part of a group text called the Tortured Man Club, and she's releasing an album, The Tortured Poets Department. I feel like Taylor Swift does not do anything coincidental. I feel like Taylor Swift always has a reason for doing something. And I do feel like it's a little bit of shade towards Joe Alwyn. At least just for face value, I think it's a little shade. It's a little petty. Because imagine dating Taylor Swift. Also, you're promoting a major project on Hulu and you're talking about being in a group text called the Tortured Man Club. It's fine. I definitely think it's on purpose, and I know some people are going to think she's annoying for this. I know people are going to think, oh my God, here goes Taylor Swift again, singing about an ex. And you know what I have to say to all those people? I don't care. I don't care. I love that Taylor Swift is being petty. I think it's hilarious that she is possibly shading Joe Alwyn just a smidge, just a skosh, if you will, with this new album. I think it's hilarious. I'm here for it. And again, she was in this relationship for 6 years. She thought she was going to marry this man. So if she wants to release an album where she is slightly shading him and singing about the end of their relationship and their breakup, more power to her. Men do it all the freaking time. Let's let Taylor Swift do it as well. My only caveat is I'm keeping my fingers crossed that Taylor Swift finds time to make an addition to this album with a song about Travis Kelce. That's what I'm hoping for. I would love a little, just one song about falling in love with Travis Kelce, finding love after, a 6-year relationship ends. You have finally found what you've been looking for all this time. That's all I'm asking for. That, I feel like it's not asking a lot. I hope it can happen. I'm keeping my fingers and my toes crossed because you guys know I've been saying from the beginning, whenever Taylor releases a song about Travis, I will be needing to take a personal day, and that will hopefully happen on this new album. Now, I saw somebody else saying, like, is this an album of poems or what is it? I want to address that because my friend Holly asked me the same question. She's like, wait, is she releasing an album of poetry? That's just the name of the album. Not necessarily meaning that she's releasing an album of poetry. Again, I think the album title directly relates back to that little interview that Joe Alwyn did revealing that he's in a group text called the Tortured Man Club. So that's where the name is coming from. Allegedly, of course, but not necessarily an album of poems. That's just the name of the album. It is giving Folklore 3.0, which I love folklore. I love Evermore. I'm here for it. And again, if she shades Joe and you want to get mad at that, that, of course, is your prerogative. That is your opinion. But I will be listening. I will be streaming. And I agree with you, Kim. Songs are basically poetry, especially when Taylor Swift is writing them. So I'm here for it. Christina said, maybe she has, Madison. They have secretly been dating for a few months before we knew about it. I know. Christina, I'm keeping my fingers crossed. I think it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen. Miley, thank you so much. Miley's like, yes, Taylor. Yes, Taylor. Yes, Taylor. Miley, I don't know if that's what you meant by that, but that's what I'm hoping. And that's how I'm interpreting it. Yes, Taylor. Yes, girl. Go get album of the year. We couldn't be prouder. Miss Mika, please tell your granddaughter I said happy 7th birthday. I feel like 7, which I know sounds crazy, was one of my favorite ages. My childhood friends and I always say 7 and 8. We got into the most fun trouble and had the best time together. So, Miss Mika, tell your granddaughter I said happy birthday. Yes, you guys, fingers crossed we will have a Travis Kelce inspired song, which the other drama involving Taylor Swift last night, when she was announced as winning Album of the Year, she went on stage, Celine Dion presented her with the award, and she made history being the first artist ever to win this award 4 times. Broke history, you guys. Broke history. And yet, people were dragging her because they said, Taylor, you didn't acknowledge Celine Dion enough. You did not stop and give Celine Dion her flowers on stage. How dare you? You're the worst. You suck. Blah, 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 blah. Now, that narrative was quickly squashed whenever photo surfaced of Taylor Swift and Celine Dion backstage, okay? Clearly, everything was fine. And I already see some of you in the chat, Gigi saying, distracted. Sacred Space said, who would not be scatterbrained? OMG, I would not be able to think straight. Thank you, you guys. To your point, Justice, history, herstory, if you will. This woman just made Grammys history. She's trying to process. She can't believe this is happening. She is shook. And y'all are mad because she didn't think to say, oh my God, Celine Dion. Celine Dion, everybody, Celine Dion. She was singing to Celine's song when she walked out. Clearly, she respects and loves Celine Dion. They took several photos backstage together. Also, Celine Dion has stiff person syndrome. She's fragile. This is her first public outing in a long time. I'm sure Taylor also wanted to tread lightly with that, not disrespect her in any way, make sure her boundaries are respected. Like, get a freaking grip. Get a grip. I just would love to know how people would react if they were in that moment. You know what I mean? It's so easy for us to be watching something on our screen and be like, well, if I was making Grammy history and I went up there, I would have for sure stopped and thanked Celine Dion. Your brain is running 1,000,000 miles a minute. You guys, like, what? It's so crazy to me. It is so crazy to me. They literally were fine. They were taking photos backstage. Like, I don't even know why this is an issue. Cass said, okay, I had to say this because you said blah, blah. My 2-year-old just repeated that and said blah, blah. And it was too good not to share with you. Cass, now I'm going to start telling people, just call me Miss Rachel. Call me Miss Rachel. I am teaching the babes of the world how to spill the tea. I'm sure not all the moms are going to be happy about that. Cass, hopefully you're happy about that. But just call me Miss Rachel. We are teaching the next generation of House of Hill how to spill the tea. And I freaking love that. Please give your 2-year-old a squeeze from me. And now I just feel like blah, blah is going to be mine and your 2-year-old's thing. We're right here. We're right here. I'm living for it. Jelena said Taylor got dragged for SZA, Jay-Z, Celine, Lana Del Rey. Sis got a lashing last night. She really did. People were upset about her bringing Lana Del... Like, it's just crazy. But again, you know, people love to drag her for literally anything she does. So what do we expect? I want to shout out Vicky. OMG, I caught a live. Hi, Madison. I'm putting my sister on the House of Hill. Yes, Vicky. She's watching here with me. My favorite. Okay. Hi, Vicky. Hi, Vicky's sister. Vicky's sister, I hope we can convince you to subscribe and be part of the House of Hill. I'm biased, but I think we have the best community here on the internet. I think we have the most fun. So hopefully you'll join us permanently. Cousin said, can I add Trevor Noah was amazing as a host? Yes, cousin, you can. I loved Trevor Noah as a host. I thought he was great. And I actually even posted on my Instagram story. Can we petition for him to host all award shows moving forward? Because I feel like he just does a great job. He makes jokes without being too much. He keeps the show on track. He's energetic. He gets excited over people. Like, I just loved everything about him hosting last night. Justice said, I won't lie, Olivia did seem a bit annoyed when Taylor won. Justice, I agree with you. Her face definitely was not giving excited, but I'm trying to give her the benefit of the doubt. Maybe she was a little tired from her performance. It was a long night. It was towards the end of the night. Maybe she just mistakenly did not give off the happiness. You know what I mean? Epic Turtle said, I don't blame Olivia, though. I don't think anyone is at all. It just definitely was an observation for sure that a lot of people noticed that Olivia was kind of seemingly not as stoked for Taylor as Taylor was for other people throughout the evening. But I also have a few Tavis updates for you guys. Travis liked an Instagram post from NPR about Taylor's win. That was making headlines because people were saying that's how he subtly supported her during the Grammys. He obviously wasn't able to travel with Taylor because he had to be in Las Vegas to start prepping for the Super Bowl on Sunday. Also, Jason Kelsey, because y'all know we love Jason Kelsey here in the House of Hill. He recently spoke about Taylor Swift during an interview with the NFL Network. He praised her for how down to earth she is, giving her massive stardom. He also commented on how there's been more interest in his family since Taylor and Travis's relationship began. So there's just a little more pressure to act the same and be the same. And then Jason went on to say, quote, "As long as Travis is happy and enjoying life, I'm happy and enjoying life." You guys, we love Jason Kelsey. We love Jason Kelsey. He is always the most respectful when talking about Taylor and Travis. I feel like he also never shies away from it because he loves the tea just as much as we do. And I just live for the fact that he is so supportive of their relationship. As long as Travis is happy, he's happy. A supportive brother. We love to see it. And again, don't forget, Taylor will be making the trek from Tokyo to Las Vegas for the Super Bowl. Also, did you guys see the Japanese embassy, the embassy in Japan, released a statement being like, we will make sure that Taylor's, like, basically saying they're going to make sure that everything is clear for Taylor to be able to perform her full show, get on a plane, and make it to the Super Bowl for Travis. The freaking embassy put out a press release being like, we will do everything we can to make sure Taylor can perform and not be stressed and then go support her man. Like, everyone is invested in this, and I absolutely love it so much, you guys. I'm so here for it, and I cannot wait. I cannot wait. Jessica said, are we still getting rep this year, do you think? Yes. I do think that we're still going to get Reputation Taylor's version this year. I don't know. I'm thinking maybe it'll be, if not this summer, maybe the fall. I don't know. I feel like she might give us Reputation in the summer, but that might be too quick after this new album. So maybe more fall, winter. Also, Reputation's kind of like a little darker vibes. You know what I mean? I do think that we'll get it. I still think she's been working on it. I honestly think it's ready to go. I think she just decided she wanted to release a new album first, which my sister, Shay, was so upset about, you guys. She wanted Reputation so bad. She was obviously stoked to hear Taylor announce her new album, but she was like, no, because I always get on her when she listens to any song from Reputation. I'm like, we cannot be giving Scooter Braun our money. We cannot be giving Scooter Braun our money. So she was really hoping Reputation was going to get the re-release so she can listen to it in its entirety without me always getting after her. But I still do think Reputation will come this year. I don't think debut will come until 2025, but I still think it's possible we're getting Reputation this year. She knows everybody wants it, and I think as a thank you for how supportive everyone's going to be of this new album, she's going to give us Rep TV. I think it's going to happen. At least I hope so. Fingers freaking crossed. Also, the little added tea about Selena, because I just saw the time. I want to make sure I can fill y'all in on this. Selena Gomez was seen sharing a lot of behind the scenes photos from Nicola Peltz's Lola premiere. Obviously, we know her and Selena are besties. And Nicola actually praised Benny Blanco in an interview with People magazine, you guys. And this is why I'm saying I think that Selena and Benny are really going to go the extra mile. She said, quote, "Benny is so incredible. We love him so much. And he is also an incredible cook. Brooklyn and him love to cook. And Selena and I were like, wow, we really won this." So the fact that Selena and Benny get along really well with Nicola and Brooklyn, you guys, I'm just saying, if once your besties give your man the stamp of approval, at least for me, game over. Jessica said, Chiefs got this, Madison, manifest. Jessica, you know I am manifesting a Chiefs win. We need this so badly, emotionally, morally. I cannot express enough how badly I want the Chiefs to win, but they're going to. You're right, we got to manifest it. We got to speak like it's already happening. We got to pretend like it is already the Monday after the Super Bowl, and we're like, oh my God, we won! The Chiefs won! I'm a smidgen hungover because I was celebrating, you know what I mean? We're manifesting that. We are manifesting that already. Everyone prepare. Next Monday's Happy Hour Hang, I'm going to be an annoying in-your-face Chiefs fan, and we're going to talk so much about Tavis, because we're also going to get some more on-field moments. It's going to happen. Everyone just prepare. Manifest it. We got this. I also saw somebody bring up something about Patrick Mahomes. Some not good Patrick Mahomes tea. And I feel like I have to be fair and bring this up because I do try to be fair. I try to present as much as I can to y'all. Patrick Mahomes' dad was arrested this weekend for his 3rd DUI. Not great. Not great. He can still travel to the game. But send y'all's positive vibes to Patrick Mahomes because his family makes it so hard for him. They're always causing distraction. And right before a major milestone in his career, his dad does something stupid. And it just sucks. I feel for him. I really feel for him, honestly. Yes, I said 3rd. I said 3rd, y'all. It's not good. 3rd. Once, everybody makes mistakes. 2, 3, you know what I mean? Once you get 3 of those, it's kind of a major ick for me. But yeah, huge distraction, not great. Definitely embarrassing. And I do believe it's a felony as well, Tabitha. Don't quote me on that. I don't know Texas, but he's in trouble. He's in trouble for sure. I want to shout out Miley. I bought a t-shirt that says Go Taylor's Boyfriend. I love that for you. I absolutely love that. I saw some of you saying that you got your Chiefs gear ready to go. I know you guys. I don't know what shirt I want to wear. I kind of feel like in my Red Kingdom era is good luck because I wore that when we won the last game. Okay. Or I have one that says Kansas City Honey on it. It's really cute. Obviously both are cropped. I'll have my lucky sweatshirt that I just recently got. I will be in the zone. I don't know what exactly I want to wear yet, but I'm excited. Alexander said, feel bad for Mahomes too. At the end of the day, we can't choose our parents. T. Danny said 3rd is when they end up taking your license away or even doing jail time. Yeah, for sure. I just felt like, in case you guys see that, I didn't want y'all to be like, wow, Madison, that was kind of some major tea you didn't fill us in on. It is some major tea, and it's not great tea by any means, but I did want to fill you guys in because I feel like if I don't tell you everything, I'm not doing my job. I'm not doing my due diligence. So just wanted to share. Sacred Space said, any game food for the Hill family on the Super Bowl? Oh, yes, Sacred Space. So normally whenever we're here, because my parents live in California now, normally my parents host a Super Bowl party for all of my friends here because I've made all of my friends here become Chiefs fans. But since we're going to be back in Kansas City, we're going to be at our really good family friend's house, the Bixlers. That's where I'll be working from as well for next week and the week after. So be prepared to see some new backgrounds later this week and next week while I'm in Kansas City. We will probably we always do dips. My sister makes this bomb bean dip that everyone's been requesting. She's gonna make bean dip. I'll probably do a corn dip. We normally do we'll probably do barbecue. We always have to have barbecue to represent the Chiefs. So we will be eating a lot. You guys know. I love food. I'm a Taurus. But I am super stoked for my sister's bean dip recipe. I love my corn dip recipe, obviously. And I'm just going to lean into all the snacks because you know what? Our really healthy eating habits start March 1st here. 2024 did not start the way I thought it was going to start in the friggin' slightest. So my really focus on eating clean, eating healthy, that starts March 1st for me. So the Super Bowl, we're going to enjoy ourselves. We're going to have Champs. We're going to have Michelob Ultra. We're going to have all the snacks. I couldn't even get it out. All the snacks, all the good stuff. And it's going to be great. Jessica said, this is my first year watching football. Kind of stoked. My first year watching, and we are going to the Super Bowl. Go Chiefs. Jessica said, oh, look at me. My first year watching football, and I chose a winning team. I live for it. Jessica's like, I also am having my rookie year, and I'm going to the Super Bowl. I'm absolutely killing it. I live for it. Jessica said, bringing Miley's energy into the rest of 2024. Absolutely. Completely agree. Jessica, Oh my gosh, my heart is so proud. Jessica said, swag surfing on all week. Yes, that is our song. That is the Chiefs song. That is our hype song. Leslie said, wear a t-shirt from Easy Big 87. Are you ready for it? I haven't seen that shirt. I need to. I am hoping we're going to try to go shopping because you guys know I need more Kansas City merch. The last time I was in Kansas City, I got way too much stuff. But we are going to try to go see what cute new Super Bowl merch they have while we're there, because I will say the best merch is actually physically in Kansas City. There's so much cute stuff online, but you can also find the really good stuff actually in all of the little shops and the boutiques. There is some really, really good stuff. Sacred Space said, Sacred Space, can I teleport to your Super Bowl party as well? Split myself in half because you're literally having all my favorite foods. I'm making homemade gumbo for the Super Bowl. We usually order Raising Cane's. Do both. I love gumbo and I love Raising Cane's. That sounds good. You guys are eating good. Abso-freaking-lutely. I live for that. Sorry, that caught my eye because I'm like, oh my God, I love gumbo and I love Raising Cane's. Jessica, I imagine finding Kansas City merch in the UK is tough. But I'm going to hook you up, girl, because you love the Chiefs. So I feel like I've got to do something for you. Miss Heather said, I sent you the pic of the Kelsey era sweatshirt. I wish I could find it in the store. Yes, I know. Maybe someone else has found something similar online. I feel like if you look on Etsy, people can pretty much make you anything. But I am living for all of the Chiefs fans in the House of Hill. I did see some people say they're rooting for the 49ers, and that is totally okay. We all are red, so that's good. We all like the color red. Red is in the 49ers, red is in the Chiefs. So that is at least something, you know, we can all agree on. I think there's something wrong with rooting for the 49ers. You guys know, I have to really go for the Chiefs. I'm a Kansas City girly and a Swiftie. So it's just both my worlds colliding. I have to go for them. True Color said Wingstop. Oh, we did that for the last game. We ordered Wingstop and it was so good. Their ranch, and y'all know I am super picky about ranch, and I will say Wingstop ranch is good. It's not the best. Still, Stone Canyon in Kansas City is the best, but Wingstop is pretty good. It is acceptable ranch, honestly. Cass said, my mom makes the best mini wieners. She puts them into the crock pot and simmers them in barbecue sauce. I love a mini weenie. I love it. Also, pigs in a blanket. You know what I mean? So good. Now I'm hungry too, you guys. Now I want all the Super Bowl food now. I'm ready for it now. But we have to wait till Sunday. It'll make it even sweeter. But you guys, on that note, because I just saw the time, I'm going to go ahead and wrap things up. Is there any other piece of tea that you guys need to discuss? It's sounding like everyone's going to be eating really good for the Super Bowl. And I think we're all going to have so much to discuss on Monday. Obviously, we have another, yes, Betty, we talked about Selena. It was briefly. Basically, I just wanted to let you guys know that Benny Blanco has the Beckham's stamp of approval. He hangs out with them. He cooks with Brooklyn. So you guys, I'm just saying, because the Beckhams approve of Benny, I think he's going to be around for a while. And again, happy for Selena. She deserves it. She deserves to find somebody who treats her like a princess and treats her as she deserves to be treated. So we are freaking here for it. Valerie said, we don't all have to root for the same team. It's called individuality. Valerie, you're right. And that's what makes it fun. A little healthy competition never hurt anybody. You know what I mean? We can make a bet. We'll make a bet here in the House of Hill on Wednesday. Like, if the 49ers win, I have to do X. When the Chiefs win, I have to do something. Would that be fun? So that way we're all a little bit invested in the Super Bowl. I'll think of something and then I'll present you guys with the options on Wednesday. So please, you guys, make sure to give this video a thumbs up if you haven't done so already. Please make sure you hit that subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. Also, you guys, make sure you are following me on Instagram and on TikTok and Snapchat at MadisonHill93. You guys, make sure you can also check out all of my merch over at my merch store at houseofhill.com. And don't forget to tune in on Wednesday for another live happy hour hang at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. I will see you guys then. Have a fantastic Kelly said, guys, my son was born. I just saw that. Kelly, congratulations. Caught me right in the nick of time. Congratulations, Kelly. That is amazing. Welcome to the world of mommyhood. One of my friends just had her baby as well, so that is crazy. I'm so excited for you on Saturday. That is amazing. Congratulations, Kelly. I'm so happy you caught us right at the end. I am sending so much love to you and your family. I hope you're resting. I hope your baby is resting. I am so beyond excited for you. So sending you so much love. The House of Hill is sending you so much love. And you guys, I will see you again on Wednesday at 3:30 Pacific Standard Time. Have a fantastic rest of your day, and I'll see y'all then.